Hey there YouTube, this is for all my Wizard101 viewers. I do have a duel up now. I actually got two done yesterday. One was a legendary match with my legend balance against Nick S. But that was so long, it was going to be a 3-part duel at like triple speed. I narrated one part of that, and I'll tell you what, my narration was just rambling because I couldn't tell what was going on because I had to speed it up so much. So yeah, I might post the second one though, it's for my Magus tournament. Anyway, so I have an Adept match here. Second round. First round I face Zolofarm. And I am against Iridian Ravenstaff, who is Azoresdog on Wizard101 Central. She is Adept Balance with Fire Amulet. And I am my Adept Balance with Fire Amulet. So I saw her setup, like gear setup, and I was a little concerned because I also use the Fire Amulet, and I kind of use a lot of meteors. And I didn't want to put up the bubble because I didn't know what she used it for. And another problem with facing balance is I don't have Tower Shield trained. I know some of you that's like an unheard of sin and you're probably going to unsubscribe right now and call me a noob and all that. But I do not have Tower trained. So facing balance is rough. But luckily, because their minions are only 300 HP at this level, I don't need monstrous or boosted treasure card AoEs. Yeah, I have them, but I don't need them, which does help a lot, which would allow me to put some treasure towers in my sideboard. So, there you go. I am going second here, which is not good. I'm sure many of you know at the Adept range, going second to a balance, and you're bound to get a judge to the face. So I was a little worried about that. Try to keep my HP close to full most of the match. Used the Pixie here, just because I was getting a lot of pips, didn't have anything to use them on, and wanted to get rid of infection. So, I mean, I didn't need to use the Pixie, but, you know, it was just kind of, why not? And, you know, since I am balanced, my balance blades are going to go with whatever I hit. So she does have a Tower Shield and a Fire Shield. So I knew I was going to have to break it. I figured out either Wand or wait for her to summon a Mander and just Meteor. Because I'll get rid of the Tower, the Fire Shield, and then I should be all set. So I stack another blade just like a follow-up with another hit if needed. You know, so might as well. She gets another infection on me. That's no fun. And I just get the weakness on. I like to try to keep weakness on her the whole time. That was my goal, is to always keep a weakness on her. However, my deck didn't quite play out how I wanted it to, so it was a little harder than it seemed. So, yeah. And she does bring out the Mander. I'm like, alright, I'll Meteor, you know. Most people don't shield the Mander, considering that it only has 300 HP. It does die from, like, any monstrous AoE, even with the tower on it. However, she may have just been praying for good luck, or knew I would just use a regular Meteor. So this Mander does survive, and it's like, darn you. So then I go for a regular Sand. I do have a Blade, but I didn't want to use a treasure AoE. I'd like to save those for when I need them, because I'm in no position to follow up with another hit and try to close this out already. I found out when you try to rush things in a duel, that is when you lose, because you need to just keep a consistent pace. So that's what I do. You know, she is down, what, like 300, she's down like 300 HP, something like that. And so I'm not really concerned of what, you know, if she's going to heal or whatever, because no position to do anything anyways. Just keep casting weakness, and working on getting off my weakness, because she cast a lot of those on me this duel. It is tough, because, I mean, it, like, totally negates your blade, so that sucks. But then you gotta break all these shields, and so it's just really hard to keep balance blade on. So she was doing a good job. And here she is, she's sitting at pretty high pips. I believe I still have weakness on her. So, let's see here. I just found out how to make this screen bigger for when I'm narrating the battle so I can actually see what's going on. Wow, that helps. Okay. And Iridian here in my chat, she's like freaking out. She's like, oh my gosh, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's like, thanks, okay, I appreciate it, but, I mean, I'm not in a hole yet. Like, I'm still doing okay. I use my helping hands here because she does have a little bit of damage on her. She did have full pips. And I want to get this infection off of me because I did not want to be hit hard and not be able to heal out of it. Here I do got a weakness, and so I just go for the elf because it protects me from her shielding for 3 turns. I mean, I do have Spectral Blast, but that's kind of ruined by the Storm Shield and Ice Shield there, so then I'm just thinking, you know, kill with Meteors and Judge or something. So, Fire Elf is a big asset to that. Go ahead and infect her, because balance heals a lot. Like, people go, oh my gosh, life always is healing. No, it's balance. Balance is so much worse. Because all our heals, they're all heal over time. And they all do a good amount of HP, so I don't know. I feel like infect spamming balance is a lot better. So now that I got that going on, I decided to blade up. And I discarded a couple cards, went back and did that, because I like to have at least 2 new cards come into my hand every turn. So I usually discard one, and then there's the one I cast. So that's always good. She does have this Mander here, and I didn't know she would shield him again. I did have a blade, so what I did here is I pulled out a treasure AoE just so I could be sure that it hit. Or I mean that it would kill over the shield. I wanted to save my meteor for just a better day. Because I mean she could have used fire shield, and I really want to be sure. I mean it would have, but I really want to be sure it would kill. Plus I didn't know she was going to shield Mander over herself, so I figured tower or Sand was the best option. We can go for another Fire Elf because that other one ran out, and you kind of need to keep the pressure on her. I'm sure she's just as worried about Judgment. So, you know, being able for her to not shield isn't going to be exactly too comforting for her. In here, I guess I have this Fire Shield because I saw the amulet, so I'm like, oh, I need to make sure I put actual Fire Shields in there, not just the 50%. But since she isn't really attacking with fire, so I just wasn't worried about it. So I just go and cloak a blade and reshuffle, cloak the blade so that I'll have more in my deck next time. And since she hasn't cloaked any weakness, then it means I can outblade her weaknesses and eventually get a solid hit off. That's good. She does have a blade and full pips, and this is where I was freaking out. I'm like, I need a tower shield. I need it. I don't care what I have to discard. I need a tower shield. She actually goes for the sand, and so I was really relieved. I don't even think it was monstrous, to be honest. Well, it must have been boosted in some way to do that damage, but I was like, a monstrous judge, I think, will kill me. So, I was kind of worried. I was like, I don't want to lose yet. But I got out of that. You know, she infected my heal, which is good on her part. I do got this tower shield up now, so I'm not really concerned. Not worried about using my pixie, because she does not have a blade. But I didn't know what she was going to do. She did break my shield here, so now I'm worrying again. I'm like, oh great, you know, she doesn't have a blade. If she blades, then I'm in trouble. And she now knows that that cloaked infection on her is not a blade. Or not a weakness, I'm sorry. And here, I think I was looking for my other tower shield. Then I decided to go with Mander. Because Mander can weakness, and that way if she did blade, maybe she'd be more inclined to try to kill him with the sandstorm. So it's kind of just like he's saving me from a bigger hit. I mean, yeah, sandstorm's going to hurt, but I'd rather get hit with the sandstorm than a fully pipped judgment. Go and cast another infection on her because infection makes the world go round. I don't know. Mander is shielding me. And then it hasn't occurred to me yet, like, oh hey, she has Tower Shield. So she obviously isn't going to have Wildfire and Meteor trained. So that made me think, okay, well later on I thought that it didn't even occur to me yet. I'm like, oh, she must only use the amulet for Fire Elf. And I get hit with the Judgment here. And luckily it wasn't bladed, so I live with 400 HP. And then Sammy, my all-star Sea Dragon, I love this thing, gets a sprite on me, and it's just like, oh, you're amazing. Thank you so much. And now I go for the pixie here because I do have white pips, and I just figured an immediate heal would be better. She does get me with an infection, so I mean that isn't exactly great, but 200 HP is better than none, and I do have that sprightly going around me, so it's not like I'm totally lost on HP. But she is out of pit. This, I believe, was a big momentum swing, like right here, because I mean I have like 2 weakness and 2 infection on her right now. She has no pips. I'm at about full pips. And I am healing up, but I still got 4 power pips on my side. And no debuffs on me. So I'm in a good position. I got a minion out. So that is convenient. My minion blades me, so then I decide to blade myself as well. So, and I have a wand in hand, so if she does shield, I can just knock that right off. She does get a weakness, so it's like, alright, you know, whatever. I do got 2 blades at least. And so now, since I got a blade from my Mander, I am definitely ahead of this weakness game. I cast another weakness on her because I just want to keep her in trouble. I want to keep her in the hole. If she can't get off a full damage attack on me, I am going to be doing great. Right now I have as many weakness as I do blade, so that stinks. Yeah, this right here is when it occurred to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, she doesn't have meteor. She has tower shield. She can't like spend those training points on it. Not at the adept level. And so, at least not with all the other spells that people get these days, like cloak. I don't know. I felt really confident. I'm like, I'm going to use that, and I did bring a treasure heckhound. Just because I didn't know how stubborn she was going to be, and I figured that was going to be my best bet to kill her if I went second. And imagine that, I did go second. So right here, just kind of keeping the debuffs on her. And minion, he's doing a little bit of damage here and there, which any damage helps. And I decided, you know, I do got a weakness on me, but now I can put up a bubble. So, that helps. I can put up the bubble, and then I also have elemental blades. And so that'll be 3 buffs and then a weakness that she could use to stop that heckhound. So, I was feeling confident, did put up a second balance blade in case I drew a wand in the meantime. Go for the bubble here. You know, could have gone for elemental blades first, but I did go for the bubble because I have all power pips now. So it's going to use a power pip, and at least that way, if I get a white pip in return, I could just get rid of it with the elemental blades. But that doesn't happen. It also saves me time to draw a wand. I don't pull one of those, or a fire elf. I was really hoping to pull a fire elf. Anyways, I do use my elemental blades. She got off all her infection, so that wasn't too good, because now she is able to get like full heals on her. Then she uses a reshuffle. And that was like, oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes. Now she's like low on pips. So even if she had to heal out of it, she couldn't do so fast enough. And so that was big right there. And it wouldn't matter, like she could weakness me again, but it wouldn't make any difference. I do pull a wand here, but since I had my elemental blades, I just wanted to go for it. So I go for the heck down here. Mander, being an all-star, is using this black mantle, which is, I think it helped. She does use Fire Shield here, so I was kind of disappointed. I didn't know how much this would do, because I didn't feel like doing the calculations. So I hit her with this Heckhound, 13 pips, 3 blades, or no, 2 blades, a weakness, and bubble. Mander uses Black Mantle here. And I go for a wand right here. I do have another blade, but I got only a single pip. So I just go for the wand here in case she used another Fire Shield. And that Black Mantle actually fizzles her pixie. So it's like, oh, awesome. Yes, I just saved myself. Like, now I'm pretty sure I can kill her. She doesn't shield, so I did waste that blade, but I mean, it's not entirely wasted. And right here, I get a cloak and I get an infection. I'm like, that's definitely being cast. And then my Mander, like I said, in All-Star, casts a blade on me this turn. It's like, I love you so much, Mander. You are underrated. I get this infection on her, so it's going to reduce her next heal, whatever it is. And then I got this blade coming in on me. As I still got this 581 damage per turn attack. And right here, I'm like, I need to close this out. Mander's using Sandstorm, so he can clean up whatever mess. And I was trying to figure out what to use, Judgment or Meteor. And so I actually did the calculations on that, and Judgment would do just a little bit more. And so I go for the Judgment, and I hit through the Tower Shield, and it barely knocks her out. Even if it didn't, my Mander did hit the Sandstorm, so it would have taken over any leftovers. Great game, Iridian. Going second to a balance sucks, and you had me worried for a lot of the match. Thanks for the duel. Hope you guys will enjoy this and be happy that I'm posting Wizard duels instead of Pokemon. Take care, everyone.